Here we have a wonder of modern design and a box sticking exercise in the extreme. We have cycle lane on one side to my left, we have cycle lane on the other side to my right. The one on the left has a curb, a small curb, so it will not be found by a long cane user or most likely not recognised by a guide dog or assistance dog, but it has somewhat of a curb. The one on my right has none. That's the one that goes through that runs down to the back of the Woodbine Road bus stop. There's a crossing there with no tactile on it for pedestrian crossing for pedestrians. Cyclists will come at you from every angle. I've already had one come at me. He saw me with the camera with the phone in my hand and switched into the cycle lane, but he was on this side. Now we have here the three different types: the tactile paving in a very, very, very light buff against a very grey. Now when that gets wet, I don't know how good that's going to be. Also we have here the warning tactile that there's steps, with warning tactile down the bottom to say the steps, and no crossing there whatsoever. So you lead on to the red tactile, which is correct, but I'm looking at the way the dirt is. It'll be very interesting to see this in the winter time, to see how the water retention is, because I have a feeling it could be retaining water over and across the bridge down to UCD. Further up here, and it says the shared space. Oh, the shared space starts there. No, it ends there and ends there. So this is, what is this? Because it says that the shared space ends there and ends there, but it doesn't say. So this is obviously shared space. Well, it's obviously shared space because they've got a two-way cycle lane coming onto a footpath across a pedestrian crossing. So it's obviously shared space, which they say they don't do in active travel, but here we have it. The beige tactile again, the traffic light for the cyclists again, and for once it's not in the way of a pedestrian, because this isn't a pedestrian crossing. The pedestrian crossing is down here. So we have the pedestrian crossing here, red tactile again, as it is. Being on a hill, I don't think this one will flood, but one can never tell. You can tell it's the URC by the use of the blue box traffic light switching. It's different from the Dublin City Council one. I must admit I prefer the Dublin City Council one. We then have the control shared space ending. So yeah, that makes sense now, because it's here. The cycle lane is to my left, the pedestrian space is to my right, marked with beige buff tactile. Now the Super Shark suit is there, and the partly the pedestrian painted onto the ground is there. He has lost an arm and both his feet from below the knee, but well, he's probably been hit by a couple of bikes and e-bikes, so that could be the reason. Again, it's a terrible curb, short curb, and it's so dirty as well. There's piles of rubbish up against it, debris, so it's just a fiasco. So that's the traffic lights at the bridge to UCD Belfield. And there's a person going down, goes across the pedestrian side and onto the road, onto the cycle lane. And this is an extremely busy footway, extremely busy, and every single piece of information on shared space and on cycle lanes. Whoa, shit! Sorry, that was close. That was very close. That was too close. That's what scares me about these things.